been long enough. It's been long enough. It's time. Today's the day.
Look at this. Look at this. It's perfect. Chicago is perfect.
Right, to be sure. Better work.
It's about time we got back to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, welcome back. I'm so excited that my first video back is about getting to tell you guys my experience about playing Star Wars Outlaws. Thank you so much to the Ubisoft team and to the Star Wars Outlaws team for inviting me to a remote play session to play the game. I got to play 4 hours of the game, and what you're going to be seeing in this video is my initial impressions. What I did was I kept a piece of paper next to me as I played the game, and I wrote down my impressions, and about 10 minutes after I was finished playing the game, I recorded a video of me talking about my experience, so that's what you're going to hear. It's really unscripted, so it's my just initial impressions and thoughts, and I'm going to have a more in-depth analysis as well as showcasing some more of my gameplay in another video because I did a lot of interesting things, and I even had someone with Ubisoft watching me play the game, and they were like amazed at some of the things I was able to do. Like I was doing stuff that they hadn't seen before, so it was really cool, and I'll have a video on all that stuff coming up very, very soon. But yeah, guys, please enjoy. This is my first initial impressions after playing Star Wars Outlaws. I hope you enjoy. Thanks guys so much for your patience with this video, and thanks again to Ubisoft for letting me play the game. Enjoy the video. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:30 p.m. I just got through playing Star Wars Outlaws. Now, you're not going to see this until after the embargo for this releases, so just keep that in mind. But I wanted to go ahead and record my initial impressions of playing the game. I got to play 4 hours of the game. Shout out to Ubisoft and to all the people with the Star Wars Outlaws team for inviting me to play the game, the remote preview event. I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited to give you guys my first thoughts on the game before it releases on August 30th. So what did I think of the game? Well, I was completely blown away with how well this game actually was able to capture the essence of Star Wars. As I was playing the game, like I said, I got to play 4 hours. The first 3 were on a Morgana, the first planet, and then the second planet was we got to play for 1 hour. It was Kijimi, and I have to say the design and overall environment of both of these planets was just so impressive. I really did like the kind of Coruscant-esque vibe of Morgana with the major city that we got to explore. Just how it was a lot of finding my way around. I was trying not to use the map. I was trying to like learn just by, you know, seeing and walking around, and towards the end of my 3-hour session I was able to do that. But I wrote down a list of everything that I really enjoyed with the game. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the music. They nailed the music in this game, and it feels like Star Wars, but also, and this is something I said to the demoist who was with me, I said I was able to appreciate that the music team was able to express themselves with more than just brass and strings, kind of. Like, that's something also I really appreciated about the Mandalorian soundtrack, is Ludwig Göransson was able to really use a variety of new instruments, and it kind of brought a new flavor of sound to Star Wars, and they did that with Outlaws. You know, you've got times where it's kind of like a cyberpunk theme, and you know, you have this really cool stealth music, and then other times you've got, like on Kijimi, you have a lot of like not guitar strings, but kind of like that kind of vibe, a harpsichord. Like, they used a variety of instruments, and I really appreciated that. The atmosphere, like I said, they nailed it. Excellent details everywhere. Toshara had these droids going around the city. They're like little sweeper droids. They're like hockey pucks. And I just thought that was such a cool design. I honed in on that. I loved it. There's also like this droid who's like making food for the citizens. I love the design of that character. Just really, really awesome. The cutscenes set tones like instantly, and I was able to like connect with the plot and the characters and like understand what's going on. There was not a moment where I was like, oh, they're still talking. Like, every time a character was talking, it kind of was in relation to the plot and to the characters, so it kept my attention, and frankly, you know, that's what it had to do. The speeders felt very, very reminiscent to Battlefront 2, and something really funny happened. I was able to ram another speeder that was chasing me. There was pirates chasing me, and I was able to ram him into a wall, and then he just exploded. And that was just a awesome attention to detail. Space combat was kind of something I struggled with and expected a little bit more of. My ship, I guess it wasn't upgraded, and there was a lot of enemies here, so ship was just a starter ship. Like, the one thing I didn't like was that you only get one missile launch, like, every, like, 15 or 20 seconds, and that's it. Like, I would have liked if we had more than one, like, maybe 3, and then it goes on a cooldown, but that was it. I mean, and I believe there are upgrades. There are upgrades to the ship. I don't know if there's upgrades to the missiles, but I would assume so. Combat really is just... It can be whatever you want. If you want to do complete stealth, like you're playing Metal Gear Solid, you can do that. And there's some scenarios in the game where it's like, yeah, you probably don't want to fight everybody in this room, but you can. And I had a lot of moments like that where I was like trying to stealth my way through, and I was able to get through some parts really, really quietly, and other parts, you know, I alerted somebody and I was able to go guns blazing, and I was still able to manipulate the scenario into my advantage. So it's really dynamic with how you can approach combat, which is something I can really appreciate, whether you're using Nix to unlock doors or distract enemies so you can stealth attack, or you enter a room guns blazing, you send Nix to the other side to open a door so that way you can just constantly be running through. Like, you can do so many things that I really think is going to impress a lot of you with just like how in-depth this game can be with its combat. Like, the cover system is also really good. You can like roll to cover really, really easily, like automatically roll to another piece of cover. The blaster firing modes are all very diverse and dynamic, and they, like, there was a time on Kijimi I was fighting a droid and I kept shooting him, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, let me switch to my ion shot so that way I can disable him, rather than, you know, instead of using 10 blaster shots, plasma blaster shots to destroy this droid, I'm going to use 3 ion shots, you know? So every blaster kind of has its own advantage and disadvantage, every blaster mode. Some miscellaneous thoughts. The door unlocking minigame is so cool. It's literally like Guitar Hero, where you have to like time the beat of the door. There's like a beeping sequence, and you have to like match it. I love it, and it progresses, so it's not just the same, you know, bop bop. You have to actually, like, there's different levels of lock, so you might have to tap once to unlock a level 1 door, but y'all have to like memorize a beat to unlock a more advanced door. So I really, really appreciated that. And then there's like another hacking game with like terminals, and it's literally like Wordle, which is just awesome. I play Wordle all the time, and so this was like really fun. It's literally like the same kind of sequence where, you know, it'll show you it'll show like a grid of 4 letters or 4 boxes, and you'll have to choose a symbol for each box. And if it's yellow, that means that it's in that sequence, but not in the right order. And if it's blue, it's in the right order and in the sequence. So I really love that, and I love how that also progressed to like these connected lines version, where each sequence has multiple different like symbols, and you have to like choose the right symbols in the sequence. Like, very, very good. The game also had like a grappling hook mechanic, which I really liked. You can't use it freely. It's kind of like only in certain areas, but I was still able to appreciate that because it kind of diversified the gameplay in certain spots. You know, you don't get to use it all the time. Sabacc was also really fun. You can customize your deck. Like, if you read through how to play the game, how to play Sabacc, which I did, you're really able to understand how to play it, because it's very, very complex, and at first you're like, what the heck is going on? But I was able to play it, like, I bankrupted like 3 people at once. It was amazing, and I won my Sabacc game. There's also like a deck builder like KOTOR with Pazaak. Very, very, very similar. If you loved Pazaak with KOTOR, you're gonna love Sabacc with Star Wars Outlaws. You will get addicted. That's what I was telling the demoist who was helping me, Rodney. He was helping me, and it was just, we were both like, yeah, we're gonna get addicted. Like, oh man, I love it. The jukebox also in the cantinas have a variety of different songs, so that's really awesome. And each song has its own like band name and stuff. And in the cantina, you can also like listen in on conversations with people, and it's really, it helps you kind of understand the world more. And there's like, I listened to a guy on Kijimi, and he talked about some weapons cache, and then it unlocked that for me to go find. Now, I could find that on my own, but, you know, the chances of me finding some random weapon cache in this world is kind of small. After listening to this conversation, I was able to find that. I love the design of all the different characters, the atmosphere, the attention to detail, all the little details. Like, there's this droid shop that has like astromech droid parts and battle droid torsos and just a bunch of like little details that I think Star Wars fans are going to appreciate. And the plot from the start, literally, like the plot, first thing, boom, we meet Waka, our ships got destroyed, we gotta like repair it. I really appreciated like how the game was able to just throw me in a scenario, and I was able to understand what was going on. You know, we needed money, we needed credits, and it was just really able, it was really able to get my attention, keep it, and keep me going, and keep me, you know, wanting to keep going. So that was my first impressions of Star Wars Outlaws. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm so thankful I got to play this game early. It's been like a dream of mine to be involved with like events like this where I get to get my hands on the game early and give you guys my first impressions. So thank you to Ubisoft and to everyone on the Star Wars Outlaws team who allowed me to play the game early and get to experience it. And yeah, that's my first impressions. I don't know if I'm going to make another video breaking down like my gameplay. I might do that and feature some of that in this, but that is Star Wars Outlaws, my 4-hour gameplay impressions. 30 minutes after that was about 10 minutes of me yapping. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think about Star Wars Outlaws. I'd love to hear what you're excited about and your concerns, so that way, you know, if I can answer or, you know, provide some more insight on some stuff that you guys are kind of curious about, I can do that. I might make a YouTube community post asking, like, you know, what impressed you and what didn't. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was my first impressions of Star Wars Outlaws. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and once again, thank you to Ubisoft for letting me play this game early. As I said, I'm going to try and make another video on this, kind of breaking the gameplay down a bit more, showing you guys some of the more unique things I was able to do while playing the game. I am going to be doing that YouTube community post, and I want you guys to like interact with that, or as well as leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking about the game. You know, if you had any concerns or you guys wanted to see something specific, you guys let me know, and I can try and show you that. If I actually did capture that in the preview event, I'll try to showcase that for you guys. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. We took a long break. I did a lot of planning. I have a lot of exciting new videos, new ideas to share with you guys, and I'm so glad to be back, and I'm so glad you're here with me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're excited for more Star Wars Outlaws videos, more Battlefront 2 stuff as well, and other Star Wars games too. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I know it's been so long, but it feels so great to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Do it. Do it. Do it. I am the Senate. Do it.